Roblox Doors and Roblox Pressure, two of the most popular and played Roblox horror games ever. Doors has took off the internet by storm by making its own genre, with having many fake and hilarious copies to three actually very well-made games. One of those being Pressure. Before we start, let me tell you what Doors is. Doors is a game where you run around doors 0-100 while avoiding the spooky monsters, stopping you from this trip in this huge hotel. And later came Pressure, which is a whole new story. Pressure has released on July 7th, 2024, which has the exact same premise as Doors, but has a lot more features and takes longer to beat. So, today I'm going to be comparing these two games by three categories, which are gameplay, style, and progression. Let's start off with Doors. Doors' gameplay is just like what I said. You run from door 0-100. There are entities like Rush, which flickers the lights, and you need to hide when you hear his audio. Or Ambush, which doesn't flicker lights, but has a different audio cue and rebounds. So you need to get in and out of the hiding spot, many times until the coast is clear. So, on room 50 you have a mid-game boss, where you need to find 7 books and a paper that gives you a pad code while Figure stalks you. Room 52, a mid-run shop. You can buy useful items in there. Room 90-99 are the 10 hardest rooms, because there are no lights and rush attacks at any time and is 2 times aggressive than usual. Screech attacks both with eyes and traps on the ground. Room 100 get 10 fuses, do the breaker puzzle, run to the elevator, and win. Now, Pressure, there are entities like anglers, which have several variants. There's one that attacks, like Rush. There's one that attacks like Ambush. There's one that is fast. There's one that doesn't have a warning. There's one that is smokes and is slow. And there's one that, you guessed it, minigames. One acts like Angler, but gives a minigame that lasts for 18 seconds. And even more entity. Now Pressure, your main objective is to get the crystal at the ridge, which is room 100. Before 100, let's talk about room 099. Now, this game acts like Doors, but harder on room 50. Nothing happens, but there's a mid-run shop at room 50, around room 70 and 75. The mid-game boss, which is where you have to fix 5 generators while searchlights is spinning in the room. So, which is harder, Doors' mid-game boss or Pressure's mid-game boss? Pressure's mid-game boss is easier since the monster goes in circles, while in Doors, you'll never know where the monster is, since he has a randomized eye. Now, rooms 76-99 are gonna be the same as the whole rest of the game, till room 100, which is a whole new story. On room 100, you delve deeper to the facility and collect the crystal. And just as you thought that you beat Pressure, no, you're wrong. After the crystal, you need to go through 15 hardest rooms after room 100. After that, at room 115, Searchlights is back, but instead of being on land, you are gonna be underwater. Instead of fixing 5 generators, you have to fix 7 cables, and instead of dealing with 1 searchlight, you now have to deal with 3 of them. Whenever you do that, you go to the submarine and win. Now, time for style. Doors takes place in an abandoned hotel. There's no story to why it's so old, or who made the monsters. For now, however, in Pressure, the game takes place in an abandoned underwater facility, known as Hadal Blacksite. There's a reason to why we're in here in the first place. There's also a document feature that reveals every monster in the game, and its backstory, like Sebastian. He has a very dark backstory, which I explained in another video. Link in description. So I gotta say, Pressure has more lore and mysteries than Doors, unfortunately. Now, time for progression. In Doors, the doors are so near to each other, and cause of this, the game can be roughly beaten in just 30 minutes or more. However, in Pressure, the doors are for some reason just so far away from each other. And cause of that, this game takes over an hour to beat. So, I gotta say, Pressure takes longer to beat than Doors. So, let's finish this long video off. Now Pressure is kind of more of an expanded version of Doors, while Doors is a more gameplay-focused version of Pressure. So, to not set drama, both games are amazing and will stand on Roblox as good horror games. Also, congratulations, Zeal, on your game. Pressure hitting 200 million visits, your game is on its way of hitting 1 billion visits. One day. Now, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.